Hello everyone, my name is Snow and today I'm going to finish my placements in Heroes of the Storm Season 2 of 2017. With the season ending in a couple of days, I should really get these done. I have a mild cold too, so I may cough at some points throughout this video, so I apologize. Let's see what map we get today. Alright, we finally got a game.
Praxis Holdout.
So our game today is on Praxis Holdout. 2-lane map, StarCraft map. And the objective is based around Zerg waves. The last time I was currently playing a lot, champions in the Praxis Holdout meta were the Auriel Gul'dan combo. They're very powerful. And the standard tanks in Hero League, Nubrak, Arthas, Sonya, and Greymane. Greymane's not really a tank, but he's really well. And as we see, Greymane here has been banned, as well as Chromie. So it looks like our first pick is going to be a Devo, which is fine, I guess. So I may take up the Auriel to deny them the Auriel with the Gul'dan, as that combo is very powerful. Auriel Vala is also very strong together. So yeah, I'm going to lock in the Auriel, and hopefully the Vala locks in. Yep, and we've got the Vala. So Praxis Holdout is probably one of Chromie's strongest maps, so I understand the ban for Chromie. I know a couple of Chromie players who play Chromie on almost every map, but I think Praxis Holdout is probably her strongest. As I said, I haven't played for a very long time, so this may have changed since I last played. So we do see a variant ban for the second ban for the red team. And a Malfurion ban for our team, which is a very smart ban because considering they haven't picked their support. The reason why I'm not communicating with my team in the draft is because they seem to know what they're doing, and I'm not really sure on the current metagame. This may be a fault and I may get hated for it in the comments or replies, but it's something I want to do. So we have a Rhaegar, a very aggressive support for their team, works really well with the Leoric, especially with the Lightning Bond talent at level 1. It also works really well with Thrall. So those two picks I understand. I don't understand our team's Gazlo. A Gazlo hover, that seems a little bit strange. I haven't seen Gazlo in competitive play in ever. But here we go, we've got a Gazlo. This game is going to be quite funny. And this other person goes Butcher, that's a little strange, especially on Praxis Holdout. It's a very short map, as stated in the chat before. And it seems like we have a Butcher. This is a very strange team composition. I imagine their last one will probably be a second warrior or a ranged damage dealer. Maybe even a second support. I don't imagine they'll pick up another mage, that would be really strange. Or another melee. Second warrior it is. So their team comp is probably way better than ours, considering we have a Gazlo. I don't like Gazlo, I'm sorry to all the Gazlo players out there. Considering we have a Gazlo and a Butcher, their team is significantly stronger. Alright, welcome to the game. Here we are in Brax's holdout, and my team being Gazlo, Diva, Vala, myself on Auriel, and the Butcher versus Rhaegar, Thrall, Garrosh, Gul'dan, and Leoric. So I'm going to take the reduce Sacred Sweep cooldown by hitting heroes. I think it's easily the best talent on this tree, and especially with them having 4 melee, I'm going to get a lot of resets. So let's pick up Righteous Assault. This also pairs well with level 13 because I'm most likely going to take the blind to blind the 4 melee. So a good crown target for this team, if I take Empathetic Link at level 7, good crown target would be Diva, but at the moment the best crown target for this lane would be the Vala. As you can see, I got caught there. That was a very good play. Garrosh should have thrown, I would have been easily dead. But now we've got a kill on Thrall. So Auriel is very good on this map because of the 4-1 split that usually happens. Lots of high energy gains because it's constant rolling fights. And the reason why she is so strong is because of her hope. Every time someone deals damage, she stores hope, and hope is used for her W. She heals for more per point. This is most likely me being dead. Yep, that was a very good play by Garrosh. It was also me overextending. I'm not used to playing against Garrosh. I haven't played much against Garrosh. It's unfortunate that Rhaegar didn't die. It would have given us the experience lead. And with Diva dying, it puts us a little bit behind. Top lane is probably going to be very boring throughout the rest of the game. It's Butcher versus Leoric. It's no point watching that, so probably won't be looking at that. And we do see Thrall actually dying. I'm sorry I didn't catch that.
You have to control them.
Thrall did die. So that's very good for us.
The beacons have activated. Control them. Please let this work.
So the Vala overextended without knowing where the Garrosh was, so she paid with her life. It's something you should do against the Garrosh, is always know where the Garrosh is, or always try to know where the Garrosh is so you can't get thrown. Because Vala died, we couldn't contest the bottom shrine, the bottom beacon, so now they have both beacons. So for level 4, I'm going to get the increased sweep radius. This works really well with the level 1 and the level 13. And that Gazlo, honestly he deserved that. He was standing still on a Garrosh. So Diva is a very mobile tank. She's not really a good frontliner on her own. And as you can see, they have both of the beacons to 100%, so they spawned the Zerg wave.
Oh, so many Zerg headed right for us. Stop them! Stop them at once!
So I'm not going to leave the Vala, just in case she gets caught. Maybe a chance for me to save her. So the Zerg wave is literally a Zerg wave. Anybody who's played StarCraft, we all know what Zerg looks like. That was really risky of me, but luckily I saw cameras at the last second. I talk about me looking out for the Garrosh and all that, and then I do that. But luckily I survive and the Garrosh does die. That was really dumb of me. I should have died.
The Zerg are eliminated. Huh. I went into the sciences to avoid this sort of thing.
So usually at this point most Hero League teams, and I wouldn't say competitive teams, most teams that I know of would usually do camps at this point. And as you can see, that's what we are doing. Gazlo and the Diva are doing the top siege camp. The Vala and I are going to stay bottom to soak experience. At least that's what I think she's going to do. And the enemy team got their bottom siege camp.
Choose a talent.
So at level 7, I am going to get Empathetic Link. Just because this is a 2-lane map, I don't think the regen globes is very important for this map. So I am going to get Empathetic Link. I don't think Energized Cord is very good. I've honestly never taken this talent, and I don't think I actually ever will. So I'm going to pick up Empathetic Link. Now, I'm not an Auriel main. I don't main support. I'm not the best support in the world, so I'm probably dead here again. No, I'm good. I'm not an Auriel main, I'm not the best support in the world, as I said, so if any of my talents you think are wrong or incorrect, feel free to let me know. As politely as you can, of course. As you can see, Keslo sniped Rhaegar, and I almost walked into that ball. So that's very good for us, they don't have their healer.
Power spike from the beacons. They'll be active soon.
There is always.
Oh, if I got that stun, he would have died, but I obviously didn't. But Gul'dan died instead. That works. So now we're going to get the bottom beacon, as we do have a numbers
Make
advantage.
haste toward the beacons. They're up and running.
So we've got the bottom beacon, and hopefully Diva can rotate top to get that top beacon, as Butcher vs Leoric is very boring. And as you can see, Diva is going to the top lane to help out the Butcher with the Leoric, and Gaslo is now dead. There is no saving him from that. So level 10, I'm going to take Crystal Aegis, because Resurrect, I honestly think Resurrect in Hero League is either for fun, a Cho'Gall, or trolling. So I'm definitely going to take Crystal Aegis here, hopefully save people from a Garrosh throw at the last minute. But we shall see how this game goes. So we do have self-destruct, and it catches no one. It's very rare that self-destruct does catch people, outside of, you know, Zarya, Graviton Surge, Thrall Sundering, movement blocking abilities such as that, or just people being stupid. So, we do have the Butcher coming into gank, but they are level 10, so maybe this is a bad engage. We should kill the Thrall. Nope, he got thrown out. We killed him anyway. So I am going to take Crystal Aegis. So we should be able to kill this Garrosh here. I'm going to stun him because he'll get pulled in, which will stun him due to the slaughter. So we do kill the Garrosh, however, they still get the 100% to 10% beacon. Could have been a 0, but it looks like a 10. So I'm sorry if I got that wrong. I'm going to tap just before it gets destroyed. That I'm going to need to tap again in the next 2 minutes. So I might as well do it now. We could have gone on that Thrall. Most people would have, but I'd strongly advise it because the Guardians and the Hydralisks actually do a lot of damage. And we didn't know where any of his allies were. So they are going to get top fort as well. They were distracting us with the Zerg Wave to get the bottom, the top fort. So we are slowly losing control of this game. Very slowly.
Researchers so exciting, they said. Oh, I'll show them some excitement.
So here we are, I got thrown. I'm gonna Crystal Aegis. Nobody. Because I know if I Crystal Aegis, I'm gonna die. So I'm gonna Crystal Aegis here, just to hope for the extra damage. And I'm gonna throw a heal, and we kill the Thrall. Sadly, Auriel's heal does not heal minions. That would be very strong if it did. It'd be something that would probably break Auriel if it was ever implemented.
Walk in the light.
So I think here we should be getting this one building here, the wall, and then doing some camps. As you can see, we've got a big fight here. I'm going to crown the Vala, because I didn't have my crown on. He did throw the Diva mech out, which is something you can do if you didn't know about it. You can throw it out, or you can throw allies mechs in. It's very good for setting up mech self-destructs. So as stated at the start of this game, I am going to pick up the blind here. Especially against 4 melee, I am able to deny them damage for 2.25 seconds, so I'm going to take Blinding Flash.
Looks like the beacons are reactivating.
At level 16, I'm most likely going to take the attack speed talent, just because we have a Vala, and that's usually my crown talent. So I'm going to take Will of Heaven at level 16. I do like Reservoir of Hope, especially for the larger maps, such as Garden of Terror, if that ever comes back, as well as Curse and Hollow, and Warhead Junction. Just because the map is very large, the game usually goes for a while, and you do end up healing for a lot. With a lot of mages, I do like taking Wrath of Heaven as well, especially if a Kael'thas is your main source of damage. I am going to Crystal the Butcher, just to save him from the fear. And we do keep this beacon. We do cap this beacon. That was a very nice pull. I may die to the corruption, but we definitely should back out from this. As our other player is a Gazlo. Cannot do much damage to die for that. So this may be another 100% to 0% beacon. Gazlo most likely is dead. I don't see him hit with that. Yes, he is dead. So this is a very strong push top, which may end in them getting the keep, most likely. And if the Vala does die here, most likely the game, I'm going to Aegis her just to save her from the corruption dot, and heal her, and save her from the extended dot ticks. It's a very nice taunt. Once again, showing the strength of the Garrosh. The Diva does die, this most likely end up being the game, and she does die. This is most likely end up going to be the game, as I've stated multiple times now. We could probably kill this Leora. If the Butcher continues to chase him, we could probably kill him. We do get the Leoric. We should be able to get the Thrall. We got the Thrall. Vala keeps up the chase. We can probably get all of them. As we did. So it didn't end up being the game, as they did overextend, and they did split up. As you can see, the Thrall went down here, and he paid for it with his life. So as I said a couple of minutes ago, I am going to take the attack speed here, for the reasons I stated before. Also synergizes really well with Butcher. More healing, more survivability. You live more, you deal more damage. Common sense. I don't think doing this boss is a good call, but I think we can do it. The difference between we can and we should. Looks like we aren't going to do it. We are going to chase down this Garrosh, which he should die, but Garrosh doing Garrosh things, I don't think he will, but he does. Probably not worth it. We all need to run together. Don't auto-attack that boss, please. But they are going to do this boss. If the beacons do spawn relatively soon, this most likely is the game, as their Zerg wave will come from the bottom.
Wherever I am needed.
I doubt we can block this boss off. As they do get the boss, we should back off from this right now. Because if we do need to deal with this boss. Ooh, that was a very good fall to dodge the Entomb. So the Entombed won't be up for the first beacon fight, so we should contest the bottom one just because we're here. And we know that Rhaegar is significantly low. So we should go straight for this. But they want to go for this instead. So Auriel is about to spawn. Maybe. No, she lives. Oh, that's very good. We may be all dead here. Yep, definitely. So this is definitely the end of the game. As there are 3 catapults there.
Alert.
Cyclones, I suppose they're called.
Eradication is advised.
So a lone diva is probably not that very good to defend with. I mean, this may do a lot of damage, but Garrosh can just throw it out as he did. But he dies for it because he's standing, he's stuck in it. So typical Hero League attitude, when someone fails, usually people start blaming each other. This is something I strongly suggest people not doing. If you want to climb the ladder, communicate with your team. I obviously didn't do that in the draft, so I should probably listen to my own advice as well. Communicate with your team, ask them to be with the team, help them out, don't just call them bad. People will never improve that way. I'm not calling out this butcher because of what he said, it's just a typical advice. Especially if you want to climb Hero League, which most people do. So they're going to hit level 20, one more death of ours, and they're going to be level 20. So I knocked out the Leoric so he can't entomb. This is definitely the game here. They're level 20, we're not. They have a huge wave on us. There is not much we can do at this point. That's definitely GG. So lots of things we can take away from that game. Knowing how to deal with Garrosh properly is probably the most important one. Teamwork is another important one, and talk during the draft. It's rather unfortunate that I did get the loss there, as it puts my placements at 4 wins and 5 losses, with 1 more to go. So let's look at the statistics for that game. Gul'dan did do a lot of damage. I can understand with the corruption. It's a very small map, so it does spread really easily, especially if he did take the corruption towns, which he did. He took the level 1 and the level 16, offering a lot of damage through that. So apart from that, everything else seems to be the ordinary. So that'll be it for today's video. Thank you all for watching, and I will play my final game here shortly and upload it later on. Thank you.